Hey everyone, it is Thursday, April 30th, officially the last day of April. Since it is Thursday, that means it's time to create another slide that we're putting into our slideshow for our final research project. So right now, the first part of your assignment is watching this video, Thursday, 4:30, model slide assignments. I'm going to show you how to continue adding onto your project and adding a slide. You are going to put the information when you are creating your slide. You're going to put the information that you found this week into the slide. So that is both information from the source I gave you on Monday, which was the 2 videos about genrefying, and the source that you found on Tuesday. So you're going to take information from my sources and information from your source and put it onto the slide, as well as some of your own ideas. Let's show you that part of it. So I have my model slideshow here. And last time I made my slides about the library design because that was our week 1 prompt. So now that I'm on my slideshow, I'm just going to continue adding to this so that I don't have to get slides from different places and put them all together at the end. I am going to make this part our week 2 slide. So I'm going to put genreification. You can title it anything that you'd like as long as it's related to this subject. But genreification is the basic prompt for week 2. So I'm going to give it a title so I remember what the slide's about. And then I would put down ideas that I've learned from this week. So I would put genrefying makes it easier for students to find books. Separating books by categories also shows you how many books you have in each category. So the reason why I'm putting the second one, you might not have seen this week, but this is something that librarians are aware of. If we're genrefying and separating things into different categories and we see that we have 20 books related to space, but then we have 50 books related to animals, then we would see that there's not quite an equal number of books in each of those categories, which might tell us that we need to either buy more to make them even, or we might need to get rid of some to make them even. They don't necessarily have to be even. If you have not very many people reading animal books, but tons of kids interested in space, then it would make sense to have different numbers. But it's just something that keeps us kind of aware of it. So this would be my own thought that I'd be adding to the slide here. All right, so those are just two quick ideas. Again, you're putting down what you've learned from the sources, both my source and your source. So your notes are not going to look exactly the same as mine, but that just gives you an idea of making a bulleted list. I'm going to make it a little bit prettier here by fixing up the font and the line spacing, just because that's something that bugs me. And as you can remember, it's better if when we're making our works cited at the end, we're going to want to remember where all of our sources came from. So you're going to want to put the sources on the slides themselves for now, so that later it's going to be all in one place. So as you can see for slide 1, this was the source that I gave you all about library design. So I'm going to add this week's source onto my genreification slide. All right, so I'm going to go onto here. It was all the way from Monday. So I actually have 2 sources, so I'm going to put them here. Okay, so I'm going to put them there so I remember. You are also, I don't have a third source because I didn't, find one on Tuesday like you folks did. So you are going to want to make sure whatever source you found yourself on Tuesday that you're also adding it onto the slide. So you should have 3 sources at the end of that. And I think that's pretty clear. So I've updated my slide at this point. I've added in my notes. I'm going to click share up here in the corner, and I have it set to anyone at my MTSD with the link can view. So I'm going to copy that link. And if you remember, some people are able to share their slide quite easily and just submit that on the assignment post. I am fine with that. That's the easiest way to do it. But I've had some people struggle with that because they haven't always clicked on this button and given the correct sharing permissions. So sometimes I'll try and go into your slide and it won't let me see it. Please try, if you really need to email me your slide, that's okay. It just makes it a little bit more complicated. So it's much easier if you submit it through Google Classroom. So if you want to directly share your slideshow on Google Classroom, you can. Otherwise, what I'm going to ask you to do is to do the same thing as last time, which is create a Google document or use your same one. This is the one that I made before where I saved my link. So the one that I just copied, I'm pasting it here. It's the same link as up there. I'm going to change the title of this to week 2 slide, and I could delete that original one or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But this will give me a direct link for my slideshow. So then this document here is what I would ask you to submit to Google Classroom. And then I'll click into this and go to your slide from there. So when you go into Google Classroom, you should be looking for the week 2 My Slide assignment. And here is where you're going to either share your slideshow, or here is where you're going to share the Google document with the link to your slideshow. So please let me know if you have any questions. But essentially all Thursday is about making a new slide based on genreification, adding in your notes and sources, and sharing that slide with me. So I will check in with you all as needed. Have a wonderful day.